Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation.
He gets big! He will be livid with himself. There could be trouble here. Kaká! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And it has to be said, an absolute gift. Oh no, this does not look good. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Pinches it off him. Now it's Cantona. Could move up a gear here. Great ball if he can get there. Can he finish? It's a goal! 2-0, and in next to no time. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Climbs up big! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Played back in. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Seedorf. Atalanta are already 2 behind, awful start. Now that looks a decent ball. Threads one in. That's a shade optimistic. Messi. Now it's Cantona.
That was lovely, that.
And here's Pedri. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter. Atalanta are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Now it's Cruyff. Pelé. Can he get on the end of this? Real chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Atalanta with the corner, they're first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vieira calmly anticipates. And there's green grass ahead of him. And this is Torres, and Torres! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And it's Fernando Torres. Atalanta have the chance to go the other way. He's found a way through. That's very neat. Thuram gets a foot in here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Fernando Torres. Bullet. Now it's Cantona.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Kaká puts a cross in. Defending of the desperate variety. Pele, looking to play him in. Now it's Pedri. Pele, is there any support? He might not need it. And the pass is intercepted. Tries a shot! He's got a goal! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
We have got ourselves a game here. Messi! Terrific save by Abbiati. Seedorf. So what can they make of this? He's found a way through. And he's there to belt it away. Now it's Messi. Cafu. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf. No way through. Gives it back. Tries to pass it through. And he plays one through. He is just caressing the ball. It's Pele! Caught offside that time. And we hit half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Pele. Cruyff.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, there's a probing ball. Cafu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Chance, surely! And again! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Pedri. Cantona. And that pass just didn't quite work. Cruyff. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Pele. And it's Pedri. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. There's the shot! And yes, it's there! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And yes, it's him again. We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Thuram. Piqué is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. Roberto Carlos cuts out the pass. Out to the right. And he's gone looking for safety. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Hullet. Cafu, he's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he welcomes it in. And he was quick to react. That is good alertness. Knocks it into chance for a shot! Got to be quick to recover this. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Out towards the flank. Fernando Torres. Seedorf. And he's managed to get rid. Taken back almost at once. Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And he cuts out the supply. Pedri tries to thread one through. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
Substituição.
Nicely aimed pass. Ronaldinho. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's clever. Oh, that was vital. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Roberto Carlos. And he decides to cross it. Oh, well played. Fernando Torres is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Ronaldinho goes sliding in. He can run onto that. He's on it. Can he get away? Tries to play it through. Seedorf! Now that is commitment to the cause. The message is simple: defend this with your lives. And that should get the job done. And this is Torres. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. It's not an especially good pass, that. And this is Torres. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aimed beyond the defence. That's good running with the ball. Oh, can he get onto this? He's found a way past. And that will be the final act. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, it's clear what the manager wants here. His aim is to dominate in the wide areas, isn't it?
Yeah, I suspect that the wide men have been instructed to combine with the two forwards playing off the central striker, providing support or rotating with them while being the main suppliers of crosses. This is all about end product.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Maldini does well to get it back. Pass somewhat off target. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Chasing after it. Maldini, this guy undoubtedly the centre of attention here for more reasons than just one. This is his 300th game.
Well, Peter, it's remarkable considering I still remember covering his first game, with you in fact. He really has come an awful long way, hasn't he?
And this is Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Forlan unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, no joy this time.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Pele. Deco. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Atalanta really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Messi. And he's had a hit! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Mateus.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Tries to pass it through. Pedri. Now it's Pele. Swings it across. Casillas claims it. Safe hands. He has a look up. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Messi. Luis Suarez. And the pass is intercepted. Vieira. Now it's Pedri. Pele thinks about the shot. That's really well manoeuvred. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Deco. Tries to play it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Roberto Carlos deals with that comfortably. Defending was strong and firm. He's going for goal! He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rummenigge picks it up out wide. Mateus. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Looking for a runner. That has ended up in no man's land.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
It's Luis Suarez!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Forlan.
Atalanta certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Thuram. That's an imaginative pass. He can run onto that. He has found the way through. Drive, he rises! And yes, it's there! Atalanta are level. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Number 21.
Atalanta grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Pele.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Nicely weighted ball. Great ball and he's in here. Big chance!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And it's Forlan. Change of plan here, perhaps. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. Oh, shooting chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Pelé. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
Maldini with the clearance. Threads one in. Great vision. And this is Luis Suarez. And he's got his cross in. Cleared away. Pelé. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, well measured. Edmilson. And now the breakaway. Looking to play him in. That ball looks a good one. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Messi. Now the ball's gone astray. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That has not gone well. Wriggles his way through. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Mateus can get it clear.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's managed to get free. Vieira. Now the ball. Terrific header! He will be livid with himself. Mateus, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Pedri, Roberto Carlos, and the shot! And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher. Might want to be careful there.
Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Now that is tidy, really tidy. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Deco. Number 9, Baresi. Coming on the field, number 23,
Luis Suarez.
Albertini.
Zanetti.
Number 4,
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bullish header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
And he's there to make the challenge. Well, that looks a decent ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here.
Substitution on the field. Number 21.
There's going to be another change here.
Suarez. Number 4.
Oh, well played.
Cannavaro.
Owen.
Coming on the field. Number 6.
And it's
Owen.
Albertini.
Number
Oh, super
20.
find.
Right.
Oh, he's bustling through here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Ferdinand.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Played in by Roberto Carlos. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Not the most accurate pass. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Real chance! Oh, should have put that away.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Zanetti demonstrating his defensive quality there. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Neymar. Neymar's cross.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Edmilson. Well, we expected better, and so did he. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. He's shifting through the gears here. Great chance! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Oh, such a clever touch. Cafu. That is a superb rearguard action. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking.